Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Myself Bharat G. Today I am here with a small topic, specifying constructions in SQL language. SQL or constructed query language is a powerful tool for managing and interacting with the rational database. SQL is a powerful data tool which helps us to manage and interact with the rational databases. As its core, SQL allows you to create, modify and maintain database structure. This SQL language helps us to create, modify and manage the databases and manipulate the database which we have stored in the files in other format in the desired ways. Known as the scheme, which is the foundation for storing and organizing data. This SQL language is used to store and organize the data in the sequential form and in the desired order. Let us move into the next slide. Creating table definition. The first step in constructing a SQL database is to create a table, which are the basic building blocks for storing data. This creating the table is the basic building blocks of the data which we want to store the information in rows and columns. The first step in constructing SQL database is to create a table. By creating the databases in rows and columns, which are the basic building blocks for storing data. These columns and rows are the storing building blocks for the database. Naming conversation. It is important to follow best practice when naming tables. It is very such as using descriptive and meaningful names that align with the data they contain. The names which we assign to the columns or rows should be contain a meaning and the names aligned with the data and the contain. Descriptive manner. Table relationships. Tables can be linked together through relationships. The tables which we have created for different databases can be linked with the help of the relationships, allowing for more complex data structures and enabling powerful data query and analysis. This allow the complex data structures and enabling powerful data queries and analysis. Next, defining table columns. Column names. Column names are the individual fields within a table that stores specific data elements. These columns are the specific data types which are used to store the specified data elements in the columns. These columns helps us to store the elements which are useful and which are very important. Column names. Columns are the individual fields within a table that store specific data elements. These columns are used to store the specific data elements. Data types. Assigning the appreciated data type to each column is a crucial for ensuring data integrity and efficiency storage. Assuring a proper data type to the columns which we have created in the table and it is crucial for ensuring data integrity and efficiency storage. Column properties. Additional properties such as primary keys, foreign keys and indexes can be specified to enhance the structure and performance of the database. Additional properties such as primary keys, foreign keys and indexes can be specified to enhance the structure and performance of the database. Next, specifying data types. Numeric data types, text data types and date and time data types. These are the three types of data types which are used in the SQL programming language. For the beginning, numeric data types. SQL supports a variety of numeric data types including integer, floating point, numbers and decimals to accommodate different data requirements. Numbers like floating points, integers, numbers and decimals are very accountable to store the number data types and of data in the SQL language. Next, data types. Text based as the text data types such as character and varchar data types will helps us to store the alphanumeric informations in the tables or the columns rows which we have created in the tables. Date and time data types. SQL offers some specialized data types for storing and manipulating date and time information, enabling accurate record keeping and time-based analysis. Data types such as date and time in SQL programming language helps us to manipulate the date and time informations of the databases and enable accurate record keepings and time-based analysis. Let's move to the next slide. Sitting constraints, unique constraints and check constraints and not null constraints. These are the three types of constraints which are used in the SQL language. Unique constraints, ensuring that each value in a column is unique, preventing duplicate data and manipulating data integrity. Ensuring that each constraint, which values in the columns and is a unique, preventing it's a duplicate data and maintaining data integrity. Check constraints. Enforce custom rules and conditions on the data stored in a column, ensuring data availability. Not null constraints. Required that a column must contain a value, preventing the storage of null or missing data. This null constraints requires a column must be containing a value. This null constraints in a table which we created, column must contain a value, preventing that the storage of the null or missing data type. Next, handling null values, identifying nulls, handling nulls, and aggregating nulls. And identifying nulls, understanding how to identify and work with null values is essential for maintaining. Identifying the null values in the table which we have created and working with the null values is an essential for maintaining data quality and consistency. Data quality, handling nulls. SQL provides various functions and techniques for handling null values, such as replacing them with the default values or performing conditional logics. This handling null with identifying default or performing conditional logics. Aggregating nulls. When performing data analysis, it is important to consider how null values are treated in aggregate functions like sum, average, and count. Sum, average, and counts are the basic aggregate null values which helps us to analysis. It's important to consider how null values are important. Modifying data structure, adding columns, extending the structure of an existing table by adding a new column to accounted change and data requirements. This adding columns helps us to add the new columns to the table. Removing columns, eliminate unnecessary columns from a data or a statement the database designed and improve performance. This removing columns block helps us to remove the columns from the database. Altering column properties, modifying the characteristics of a column such as the data type or construction to be ensuring ongoing data integrity. At the end, conclusion and best participations, plan ahead, design that the database structure truthfully and accounted current and future needs. Maintaining democrat, keep detailed recording of the database scheme and any changes made over time throughout. Test the database structure and data integrity before deploying to the project. Continue improvement, regularly review and optimizing the database design to enhance performance and stability. Thank you guys, thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe.